Joining us now on the MARR Rock Show. It's been a little while since we had Nico on the show. We've got Nico Manish. He is the singer from Sidewise out of Kansas. We've loved for years now their Made of Matches CD, and lots to catch up on with Nico. Nico, welcome back to the show.
Thanks. It's been too long.
Yeah,
Way too long.
Yeah, we were just talking off air. I think it's been about 2 years now since we talked, right?
It has been. It's too long, man. We got to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, so we're going to take care of that tonight. And one of the things that I want to do this first, one of the things that prompted me to get back in touch with you, we always love talking about Sidewise, but I did want to try to reach out to try to help a friend in need and let you catch folks up with what's going on with your drummer, Jason Dean. So can you kind of give folks a little bit of the background of what's going on?
Yeah, sure. So, Jason, about 13 years ago, he found out that he had MS, and he's been kind of dealing with it, struggling with it over the years, but able to handle it. And as of lately, I think it was last year after we did a little run with Nonpoint, and it was during those shows that I guess he was, losing feeling in his arm, and his legs were kind of going numb, and he just was having real low energy. And sure, if you've seen Jason play the drums before, I mean, he's like an animal when he plays. It's just all a ball of energy. So for him, it's just really a struggle, and he wants to be able to be 100%. So as far as that goes, he's found a treatment. He has to go to Mexico to get, because it's a stem cell treatment, which is still it's not legal here. I guess you would say the stem cells they're going to use for him are not legal in the States. So that's why he's going to Mexico, and that's why it's going to cost so much money for him to do. But it's one of the best treatments that you can get, and it's really working for MS patients. So we're really hopeful that is going to help him and help him be able to get back and play the drums again, because for right now he's just, his energy level is very low, and he's losing feeling in his legs, and so he's just not able to play the parts that he wants to be able to play. So that's kind of where we're at now. We're doing a GoFundMe to help raise the money for him to get down there. You can find that on our Facebook page, and he kind of goes into more detail about his story on our Facebook page. And there's also a Joe Rogan podcast of one of the doctors that's performed some of these stem cell treatments and talks about the stem cell treatment. So if anybody's interested in finding out more about that, it's actually kind of cool. So definitely check that out as well.
So update folks on the band, what the status of the band is now as far as what Jason goes. I guess he's not able to drum now. I mean, heads off to him for gutting it out so long.
Yeah,
are you guys able to play right now? Do you have somebody kind of filling in for him? Or
we're kind of working on this record right now, getting that out. We're working on, just the artwork and all that kind of thing right now, and we're in hopes that, he's going to be able to get this treatment done here in February, January, early part of the year. So we're hoping to be back out at the first part of the year. Obviously, that's depending on how everything goes with Jason, but we're just kind of pushing forward with writing and getting this new record out so that whenever Jason is ready to go, and the treatments are very quick acting, so he'll see results very quickly. So we should be, I'm pretty optimistic about how everything that I've heard about these treatments, so I think it's going to work out for him.
Now, talk a little bit more, one more thing about him. He must be a pretty incredible dude to have finished up that tour undergoing what he was going through. Did you guys know he was going through all that as you were wrapping up that tour?
No, we didn't know, and I think he may have felt like he was just dumbing down some parts so he could get through the set, but we didn't notice anything at all. So until he told us about it, he kind of kept it on the down low. He didn't want anybody to worry about him, or so he thought he was going to be able to manage it. But it's, as of lately, it's getting worse. So.
Well, in happier topics, it sounds like you're working on some new stuff. So what can you tell us about the new music, and how's it compare to, the Made of Matches CD and that kind of stuff?
Well, we've been, the this is like our first record writing with this full group of guys that we have right now. So I think it's a true Sidewise. I think in my mind, it's reminiscent of the old last album, but I think it's definitely moving into a new direction, a new sound. So I'm excited for it to be out and for people to hear it, and I'm excited to get back out on the road and to see everybody again. Like I said, I haven't seen or talked to you in almost 2 years, so we definitely miss everybody and want to get back out.
Yeah, now thinking back on it, a couple years ago, we were at a pre-party for Shiprocked, and I love when I have so many Shiprock bands on this show, but I always love to hear some of the stories. What are some of your favorite Shiprock memories going back to the cruise?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I'll take it back even to the first year. I went, it was 2014, I believe. Man, it was really awesome. LJ got me hooked up, and I got to hang out with the coolest people. It was beyond all my expectations, really. It was unreal. I mean, I got to sit down and eat dinner with the guys from Papa Roach, and it was awesome, man. It was just that was a really cool experience for me, and after that I was hooked. I wanted to go every year. I still do.
Now, is there any hope of seeing you on the boat this coming year?
I'm fine to be able to make it this year with all that's going on right now with back home, but it's a possibility you might see me out there. It would be fun. If I can sneak out there, I definitely will.
Maybe you can get your boys in Seven Dust to sneak in a suitcase or something.
Put me in a road case. I'll tell them to put me in a road case or something.
Now, speaking of the folks that may not know the history of your band, talk a little bit. You've had a pretty tight relationship with Seven Dust over the years, haven't you?
Oh yeah, definitely. And LJ, he moved here to Kansas City. I don't even know how many years it's been. It's been 5 years, maybe more. He's been living here now, it seems like. So when he moved here, that's how I met him. Met him at the gym and started working out together and hanging out. But Jason, coincidentally, he actually knew LJ a long time ago when I think Jason was like 16 years old. He had met Seven Dust, and because Jason does magic as well. He's a magician, and he's an amazing magician. He's done magic for everybody, and everybody knows him as Magic J. He's known LJ quite a long time, so we had that connection there too. And LJ kind of took us under his wing and took us out on the road with them a couple of times, and it's been really good to us. So, been a really good friend and family to us. So.
Now, you guys have been a band for about, I guess, over a decade now. Is there anything that, with being so tight with Seven Dust and the level they're on, is there anything you've taken from them and looked at them and said, wow, is there something like specific maybe you learned from Seven Dust or took from them?
Oh, definitely. I mean, every night you watch them play, I did anyways. Every night I'd be watching them, and not just their performance, but how they carry themselves before and after a show, and how they are to their fans. It's just that type of thing. I mean, LJ is the nicest. I mean, all the guys in the band are, really down to earth people. All those guys just will take the time out and really talk to their fans, and for me, that's what it's all about. I really, really like that about them.
And I can say for folks listening, man, you've definitely taken that from them, or maybe that's just your personality, because every time I've been around you, you've been that kind of guy to your fans as well. So hats off to you for that relationship with your fans as well.
Oh, absolutely. We wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't for them. So it's awesome.
So I mentioned, man, it's been, I guess, about a decade or so now since Siren came out, right? So reflect back on a decade of this band. Think about where the band's come, and what do you think is your plans for the next couple years for the bands? Where do you hope to be?
Well, definitely out on the road. Writing new music is always something that we're working on. So even now we're working on stuff for the next coming record after that. So it's just going to be. We're going to keep pressing on and doing our thing and being out on the road. I'd love to just keep touring and being on the road. That's what we love to do, is out on the road, for sure.
Well, I've had a good time getting a chance to catch up with you, and let me give you one more chance to kind of plug where to go to help Jason out. Where do you want folks to go to find the GoFundMe and all that stuff?
Go to our Facebook page, Sidewise Facebook page. That'd be the easiest place to find it. You can also find that Joe Rogan podcast about the stem cell research. It's a really good listen in. So, and then our GoFundMe is set up as well. And you can go and donate if you can. I mean, we understand times are tough right now for everybody, and it's Christmas time as well. So, even if it's just a couple bucks, or if you can't, just send us your positive love and we'll take it. So we appreciate everybody's help and support we've gotten so far. It's been amazing. So.
Hey, well, Nico Manish, man, from Sidewise, they're out of Kansas, and go check out their Made of Matches CD, man. You can go through that thing and not find a bad tune on it, so check that one out for sure, man. Nico, it's been great talking to you again, man. Thanks for being back on the show.
Oh, thanks for having me. Let's not make it so long next time.
You got that right, man.